Hello, good day. You're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about mean and standard deviation. So the question here says the mean of the numbers 1, 4, k, k plus 4 and 11 is k plus 1. That we should calculate the A, value of k, and B, standard deviation. So for us to calculate mean, we have to add all the numbers. We have to sum them up. So I'm going to say 1 plus 4, that is 1 plus 4 plus k plus k plus k plus 4 is there, k plus 4, and then plus the last number, which is 11, all divided by how many numbers we have in the data. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 numbers there, so all divided by the 5, and that should give us the mean, and we are told that the mean is k plus 1. So I'm going to write k plus 1 as the mean. So now that we have expressed it like this, the next thing for us to do is to solve for k. Then now let me add. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. And 9 plus 11 is 20. So we are adding all the constant terms, and that gives us 20. So I'm going to write 20. Then we have k plus k, which is 2k. This is 1k and this is another 1k. So 1k plus 1k, and that gives us 2k. So we have plus 2k, all divided by the denominator there, which is 5, and everything should be equal to k plus 1. So I'm going to cross multiply now so that we can find the value of k. In order to cross multiply, this is like k plus 1 all over 1. So this 5 here multiplies k plus 1. I'm going to write it as 5 multiplied by k plus 1. And that should be equal to this upper side here multiplied by the 1 that is the denominator here. So it becomes, this multiplied by 1 will still give us the same value there, which is 20 plus 2k. So let me expand this bracket now. Expanding it, I have 5k, that's 5 multiplied by k is 5k, and then 5 multiplied by 1 will give me plus 5, and that will be equal to 20 plus 2k. So I'm going to collect terms in k on the left hand side. So 5k is here already. 5k is here. Then this is positive 2k. If it comes to the other side of the equation, it becomes negative 2k. And then it's equal to 20 is already on this side, 20. And then this is positive 5. If it goes to the other side, it becomes negative 5. So now, if we check there, we have 5k minus 2k. So I'm going to write it like that. 5k minus 2k will give us 3k. So 5k minus 2k, that is 3k. And that will be equal to 20 minus 5 is 15. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and that will give me k is equal to 15 over 3, and that will be equal to 5. So the value of k is 5. So I'm going to write k is equal to 5. So that is the solution for k. Then let's not forget what the B part of the question is asking us. We have the A part, which is the value of k. We have that already as 5. And then we are asked to find the standard deviation. So we have to find the standard deviation of the numbers. So I'm going to write B now, so that we can start finding the standard deviation. So I'll say B. And then don't forget the numbers are 1. Let me write the numbers again. The numbers are 1, 4, k plus 4, and the last one is 11. So now that we know the value of k as 5, so let me write the number. So the numbers now will be 1, 4, k, we already know k as 5, and then this one is k plus 4. So k is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. So the next one is 9, and then the last number is 11. So these are the 5 numbers now, after we have substituted the value of k in these two parts to get the numbers there. So these are the 5 numbers. Now for us to find the standard deviation, let's express these numbers in tabular form. So I'm going to call it x now. Call the numbers x, and then I'll rule a line. And then I'm going to find x minus the mean, and then I rule a line. I'm going to find x minus the mean all squared, and then I rule a line, and then we have that. So the values are 1. Let me write it now. 1, 4, I have 5, I have 9, and I have 11. So these are the numbers. So let me rule the lines for clarity. So now, don't forget, from the question originally, we are told that the mean is k plus 1. So let me get back there. So this is the mean, which is k plus 1, as given to us in the question. Let's check the question again. We are told that the mean is k plus 1. See it here. So this is the mean, k plus 1. So if we come back to this table that we have created, we should be able to write under the table as our mean, which is represented with this symbol, is equals to k plus 1. And our k we know is 5. So that gives us our mean as equal to k is 5 plus 1, so 6. So the mean is 6 now. So coming back to the table, it says x minus the mean. That means each of these values, we are going to subtract the mean from each of these values. So x minus the mean. So 1 minus 5 minus 6, which is the mean, will give us negative 5. Don't forget, this value is 1 and the mean is 6. So I'm going to say 1 as the value here minus the mean, which is 6. So 1 minus 6 is negative 5. And then the next number is 4. 4 minus the mean. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And then the next one is 5. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. And then the next one is 9. 9 minus 6 is 3. And then the last one is 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. So let's square all these values, because this part says that we should, whatever we have here, we have to square it. So negative 5 square will give us positive 25. Negative 2 square will give us positive 4. Negative 1 square will give us 1. 3 square will give us 9. And 5 square will give us 25. So if we look for the total of this part now, 25 plus 4 is 29, plus 1 is 30. 30 plus 9 is 39. And 39 plus 25 will give us 64. So I have this sum here as 64. So now that we have the sum under that column, we can now find our standard deviation. So our standard deviation, now represented with SD, will be equal to the summation this sign sigma represents summation. The summation of x minus the mean all squared. And that is the summation that we have here already at 64. Then all divided by the number of terms that we have. We have 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 terms there. So this n represents the number of terms, which is 5. So I'm going to say the standard deviation now. This must be the square root. Sorry, there has to be square root here. So it's going to be the summation of that. This part has given us 64 already. That is this that we got here. So the summation is already 64. Then divided by how many numbers we have in the term. That is 5 of them. There are 5 of them. So the square root of this will give us the standard deviation of the series. Standard deviation. So this we can say, okay, let's express this as the square root of 64 all divided by the square root of 5. Don't forget, when you have square roots covering the numerator and denominator, we can break the square root of the numerator all divided by the square root of the denominator. And so the square root of 64 is 8. And then all over the square root of 5. And then if we rationalize, we are going to have 8 multiplied by the square root of 5, which is 5, all divided by the square root of 5 multiplied by the square root of 5, and that will give us 5. Don't forget, in order to rationalize, you simply multiply the number, that is 8 over root 5 now. Then you multiply this root 5, you multiply it by the numerator, and then you also multiply it by the denominator. So it is 8 multiplied by root 5 that gives us 8 root 5, and then root 5 multiplied by root 5, the root sign will go and it will give you 5. So this becomes our standard deviation. If you like, you can use calculator to solve from here. So you can just simply use your calculator to divide 64 divided by 5, and then whatever you get, you find the square root. It also gives you the standard deviation. But if you want to express it in short form, you can also leave it like this as your final answer. So please, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel so that you can get more videos like this. Thank you, and see you in the next video.